They say every empire dies from within. I never thought mine would start to crumble over dinner. The clink of crystal glasses still echoes in my mind, a perfect soundtrack to Betrayal. My family's Sunday dinners were always a performance, laughter rehearsed, smiles staged, and me, the quiet daughter, seated at the end of a table that had never felt like mine. That night, I wore black. Not because it was elegant. Because it felt like morning. Across from me, my sister, Clarissa, shimmered in designer gold. My mother's pearls caught the light like tiny, judgmental eyes. And at the head of the table sat my father, Robert Hale, the man who built Hale Dynamics, a tech empire, and forgot who helped him dream it. Beside me rested my laptop bag, 5 years of quantum research, 5 years of sleepless nights and invisible victories. Then my father spoke, swirling his Bordeaux like he was stirring fate. "Evelyn," he said. "We need to talk about your funding." Funding. That word was colder than the marble floor beneath my heels. That he slid a folder across the table. The board voted. "We're shutting down your project." I froze mid-bite. "The quantum stability algorithm is a financial sinkhole," he interrupted. "We're selling the division." Clarissa smirked, her lips stained red. Finally. That basement lab was starting to smell like failure. I laughed under my breath. "You wouldn't recognize success if it burned your reflection." "Enough," my father snapped. "Global Tech is offering $2 million for your research. You'll sign the transfer papers tonight." $2 million. For something that could reshape the laws of physics. Before I could speak, my phone buzzed. Once. Twice. 3 times. Messages from the patent office. My throat tightened. I opened the first one. Patent number 904113 approved, quantum stability algorithm. The second, breakthrough classification, granted. The third made my world stop. Initial bidding begins at $3.7 billion. Please advise. When I looked up, my father's signature had just hit the paper. "Done," he said. "Welcome to the real world, Evelyn." I turned my phone toward them. "The real world?" I whispered. "Funny. The patent office just disagreed with you." Silence. My mother's fork hit her plate. Clarissa's smile vanished. My father's pen rolled, leaving a black scar of ink on the tablecloth. 3.7, Clarissa stammered. "Million?" "Billion," I said. "With a B." I stood, lifting my laptop bag. "And you just sold your company's future for pocket change." My father lunged for the papers, but I was faster. "These are worthless," I told him. "The patents are in my name. Registered privately. Paid with my trust fund, not your company." His voice cracked. You can't do that." "Oh, but I did." I could still hear my grandmother's voice in my head, her last words to me: "Don't let them cage your brilliance, dear. The quiet ones build revolutions." Another buzz. Another message: "Google raises bid to $4 billion." I smiled. "Looks like I just joined your real world, Dad." The room was still except for Clarissa's shaking glass. I opened my laptop, and a holographic display lit up the dining room, a universe of particles dancing in perfect symmetry. "This," I said softly, "is quantum stability. Computing without chaos. Energy without decay. The foundation of a new era." Clarissa whispered, "But your reports showed failures." I laughed. "Fake data. I learned from you, sister, how to make thieves chase ghosts." Mom's hands trembled. "We're family, Evelyn. We can fix this." "Like you tried to fix me?" I asked. "No, Mother. You can't fix what you never valued." I gathered my bag. "Oh, and one more thing." I pulled out a separate folder, the same one my father made me sign weeks ago. Page 47, paragraph 3. "You might have missed it." He frowned, flipping through. "It states that in any attempt to seize intellectual property without consent," I said, "voting control transfers automatically to the inventor." The color drained from his face. "As of 12 minutes ago," I continued, "I'm the majority shareholder of Hale Dynamics." Phones buzzed around the table. Breaking news. Quantum prodigy seizes control of Hale Dynamics. Market reacts that I placed my napkin down gently. Dad, you might want to start writing your retirement speech. The next morning, the boardroom felt colder than steel. 14 faces stared at me, and for the first time, none of them looked down on me. This emergency session is now in order, the secretary said. My father tried to speak. This is absurd, I raised a hand. Let's talk facts. My lawyer passed folders to every board member. These documents confirm Dr. Evelyn Hale as the sole patent holder of all quantum technologies developed under her research. Clarissa stood. She's lying. She hasn't even attended board meetings. I smiled, tapping my tablet. The screen behind me came to life, surveillance footage from months of meetings. Maintenance staff. Assistants. Technicians. In every clip, me, in disguise, facial morphing technology, I said. Another invention you ignored. The room gasped at my father's voice cracked. The board won't stand for this manipulation. They'll stand, I said, when they see this. A new set of files appeared on screen, proof of Clarissa's espionage, her years of stealing research and burying teams who caught her. The board members whispered. Mr. Lin, I said, addressing the audit head. You'll lead the investigation into her division. Effective immediately. Security entered. Clarissa's face went pale. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. As she was escorted out, I turned to the others. My grandfather built this company on innovation. Not theft. Not fear. We're returning to that today. Then, I clicked to the final screen, Meet Project Phoenix. Blueprints filled the monitors, an underground quantum facility stretching for miles beneath my lab. You thought I was hiding in a basement, I said. While you were stealing scraps, I was building the future. My father whispered, impossible. I smiled. 3 weeks ago, we achieved quantum supremacy. Last week, solved protein folding. Yesterday, cracked atmospheric carbon capture. Phones buzzed. Markets exploded. Hale Dynamics stock skyrocketed in real time that I didn't even glance at the new bid that flashed across my phone, $8 billion, because I wasn't selling anymore. I was building something bigger. 1 month later, the headquarters was unrecognizable. Glass walls replaced closed doors. Researchers laughed in open labs. For the first time, innovation breathed. I stood in my grandfather's old office, sunlight pouring across the city skyline. My tablet showed new results, quantum medicine mapping cancer in hours, not years. Encryption systems so advanced, even nations wanted them. My assistant entered. Your mother's here. She looked smaller when she walked in. No pearls. No diamonds. Just eyes heavy with regret. The house is sold, she said quietly. Your father's retired. And Clarissa, she's cooperating with investigators. I nodded. Good. Maybe she'll learn what real work looks like. Mom opened a folder, my childhood drawings, pages of scribbled quantum equations. You were showing us all along, she whispered. We just didn't see. I turned to the wall, my patents hung beside my grandfather's. He saw, I said. He warned you to watch the quiet ones. My phone buzzed again. Quantum medical trials, 98% success rate. I smiled. Looks like the revolution's already saving lives. Mom hesitated. After everything we did, you still built all this. The past is over, I told her softly. The only question left is, what will you build now? The boardroom doors opened. My new team entered, faces glowing with hope. I took one last breath before stepping inside. The quiet ones don't shout for power. We build it, and my revolution was just beginning.